and good afternoon. Yes, we're back. We're back to do some flight, something we haven't done in a little while, and hopefully this time a bit more successfully. Welcome to X-Plane 11. Welcome to the PC12. This thing is a bit of a beast, and welcome to Port Santo. Yep, if like me, you've never heard of this place either. It's north of the Canary Islands, and I can show you here on FS Cloud. So if I keep zooming out, there's Funchal. There's the Canary Islands down here. Keep zooming out, and there's Spain, etc. So we're on a little island all the way down here, and the aim is to get down to La Palma, which is down here. So a bit of a water crossing, but shouldn't be too much bother in this plane. Continuing my journey in this, picked this thing up in Austria, Switzerland, wherever it was made, and have flown it basically so far down to Gibraltar, Gibraltar to Morocco, and Morocco over to here, and now going to continue the journey north. And after the Canaries, it's going to be across to South Africa, not necessarily in this plane, but across to South Africa, and then we're going to go via the Maldives down to Australia and down to New Zealand in these sort of planes. Something we're doing in group flight from time to time. Myself and a couple of others from a Discord group are doing multiplayer, which is why I've got FS Cloud, and they're all tagging along together. But at the moment, for now at least, unless anyone wants to catch me up, it's me all by myself in this one, which is absolutely fine. So we'll jump inside, because I've not done anything with it yet. It is a glorious looking aircraft, this thing. So we'll turn the electrics on, and then I can slide the fuel forward there, and we can actually crank it over. There we go, it is running. Hopefully engine noise isn't too loud. I've had some issues with my audio, with X-Plane being incredibly loud for engine noise. I don't know what it is, but I think I've tweaked the settings now, so we should be okay. Right, bring up the nav then. So we're going to go on the direct to, we're not going to do Southampton because that's where I just flew into a minute ago. So we're going to be going to GCLA. So, get that right. I really need my mouse. GC. GCLA, La Palma in the Canary Islands. And that's where we're going. So enter, activate, yes. And that's going to set a distance of 276 miles on a track of 315. So that's what we've got ahead of us. We've got plenty of fuel. Fuel quantity is set there. We will turn this on, although I'm not going to use it. There you go, so at least it looks good. And we've got the weather thingy down here, which again I have no idea how to use. But yeah, I'm pretty new to X-Plane, pretty new to flying. Today, very new to FS Economy. Done 2 flights in that today, but really want to continue these journeys. So flying this little thing everywhere. And I can't get out that end, can I? So I've got to go a bit of a backtrack down the runway, it seems. So let's make our way. Actually, I'll set my altitude first. Say I need to be at 2,000 feet. So let's actually try it in this. Okay, I can spin. There you go. So 2,000 feet. Vertical speed. Okay, so what's 700? Right, I think we're ready to go. We're not going to bother the autopilot and all that stuff because I don't bother doing that. Brakes off. We'll go forward rather than backwards. And head out You've got to go down and backtrack. Oh, slightly off-road. Okay, I've got some updated textures on. I think it should work for here, but because I've not played much of this without the HD textures on, I don't know what's normal scenery for this and what isn't. So once you take off and get yourself in the cruise, be able to see what sort of time it's going to take. Hopefully about an hour. It is going to be slightly over water though, so not going to be a great deal, well, very over water, not going to be a great deal to see. I could have taxied, couldn't I? I'll then need to backtrack. Oh well, I'm backtracking now. I just couldn't see a taxiway leading out from where we were.
Good day, sir.
Good afternoon. Definitely liking efforts to come out. That's Mr. Chris Browne, you can hear there. Right, backtracking. Yeah, I did say I'd be doing this after the flight, and that was actually quite an enjoyable flight down to Southampton I just did. I do like
Sorry, I can hardly hear you for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, it's probably my end.
Okay. Afternoon, Sam. Don't think it's my end. I can probably volume up a little tiny bit. Alright, get myself lined up in the middle of the runway because, you know. Was it your end or is it my end?
Looks like my end.
Ah. Nothing worse than when your end's quiet.
Every time I join a Discord chat, my sound goes weird. It's not like anything's wrong, it's just all the volume levels reset themselves.
That's not good. Right, so
what did you think of your first Teldrager flight?
it was interesting. Yeah, for those watching, obviously on YouTube or live, I joined up FS Economy today, and Chris had left a Piper Cub at Heathrow, which seemed a really bizarre place to leave a Cub. And I took a job, my first one, and flew it up to Peterborough. First time, taxiing out the runway, put the brakes on quite sharp, and the thing nosedived and crashed. That was an experience. Got off the ground, and after getting lost a bit and trying to keep it in a level flight, and only having a maximum altitude I could go to of 500 feet because of clouds, it actually flew quite nicely. It wasn't bad. Then I was looking for a tarmac runway at the other end and realised it was grass. So that was an experience. But yeah, definitely need to put some coffers in the pot to get a proper plane.
Yes, indeed.
Right, I am ready to... Are you joining me?
I am. I'm about 13 miles out from 10.
Okay, well, if you're going to...
As soon as I've landed, I will join you.
Well, you're going to jump in the mighty TBM, I'm guessing, so you'll catch up with me without a problem at all, won't you?
Hopefully.
Yeah. So
where are we leaving from?
Port Santo, LPPS.
Thank you kindly.
I said proper plane, says Sam. I did say proper plane. Well, the Cub's okay, but, you know, I wouldn't want to do a long distance trek in it. Right, flaps set.
You did do a long distance trek in it.
That's a lot of flap. There's a lot of noise for flaps as well. Okay, flaps. Oh, there we go. Must have flicked it twice. Are you admitting they're just toys? Well, no, the Cub's quite nice, but I just wouldn't want to do a proper flight in it. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't want to cross an ocean like this. Right. High RPM, 2,000 feet set. That's set in there. Let's go. Godzilla, yeah, I need to turn the... I've turned the engine noise down, but I think it's turn the ambient noise down. It's only when the flaps and gear. Alright, 100 knots. And airborne. Flaps up. Gear up, because that is quite loud, isn't it? No, altitude and nav. Alright, there we go. Here's some more welly. And off we go. Leaving Port Santo. Yeah, I need to adjust those internal sounds. Let me bring those down a bit. Aircraft interior. Bring those down. There we go. The only thing in front of us now is going to be water for a little while. Although it's doing it again now. This thing's going off in completely the wrong direction according to it is. Why is it doing that? I have so many issues with this aeroplane as far as maintaining a sense of direction. If I'm a tracker 201, okay, so let me go back to heading mode. And change it to heading mode. Yeah, I shouldn't have to press D in this thing. Well, it's one of my last flights in this for a little while anyway, because I'll be jumping over to something smaller to fly around the Canaries in. Yeah, I never seemed to have a problem with it before, but hang on, now I know what it is. It's me being a dingbat in it. I've got V-lock on instead of GPS. Yeah, there we go. Right, that should be better than that. That should get us back on this line now. So, hour 11 minutes it's saying. Where we are not climbing anymore. Just about creeping up on 230 knots. That should now turn us again in a second to keep us on that GPS line. I've disappeared off little off, there we go. FS cloud, So Chris says, Sam, what a coincidence, you're both 21 tomorrow.
Funny how that works.
It is. So there we go, there's a little, there's FS cloud rather. So, on our way, left Port Santo, island in front of us over there is Funchal. It should be over there, somewhere. Yeah, there is, it's Funchal. So we're flying straight past that. And heading south. To the lovely Canaries, where we'll carry on again in a few days' time, flying around the Canary Islands in something nice and slow. But yeah, this plane looks stunning. There we go, that's where we've just left. On our way. And here's our journey. If I bring in little nav map. So here's the journey in little nav map. That's where we're going from Port Santo to La Palma. There's the plane we're in. And that's where we're going. There's a few aircraft around me as well. So this tells me down here that's where we are. It's top of descent, 257 miles. To destination, 263 miles. So we're flying at 2,000 feet, as it says. And we just keep going now for 257 miles. We also get information on this for the runway we're going to. So click on La Palma. Give you the runway. So we'll come in on 18. Because that's the way we're facing. And it tells us the length of the runway. 7,244 feet by 148 wide. It's asphalt. It's got medium edge lights and centre lights. It's got runway markings. It tells us the heading for the runway. So this makes flying in any sim, because it links to FSX X-Plane, and I'm thinking it links to the other horrible P3D thing as well. It makes it brilliant. You know, I just flew that Piper Cub from Heathrow up to Peterborough, and the only way I knew where I was going in the right direction was from the little nav map, because it traces your route, so it tells you exactly where you are, what altitude you're at, what speed you're doing. It's awesome, and you just put your route in, and multiple routes in, as we have done for the various legs we're doing, and it's a brilliant bit of kit, and it's completely free. I'd quite happily pay money for this bit of software, but it is completely free, which is awesome. So drag that back over there. So Chris was about, how far away are you from landing now, Chris?
I'm about 3 miles.
So he's on final. And then he's going to land, switch plane, switch plane, switch location, and then try and catch me up. That is your arrival runway today, as you currently have a 16 knot wind at 183, 195 degrees, says Sam. Yeah, but it means going all the way around and coming in the other end. I'll just risk it for a biscuit, it's fine. It'll be fine. So yeah, that we're about to fly well into, hopefully. It does say no, we're fine at, although actually it says we should be at 2,500 feet. According to little nav map. It tells you your safe altitude down here, which is the red line there at 2,500 feet. So I probably need to climb then. Which I'll do. No, I mean 18 is my correct landing runway. Well, that's good. I was going to land at that anyway. Right, let's just change that to 2,500 feet then. Always into the wind. Exactly. Well, yeah, but see a runway, land. That's my sort of flying. Which is, I was glad when I come into Peterborough, well, after I realised it was grass, that I was roughly in line with the runway. I thought, right, that'll do me. So yeah, the PC12, Umdenard, I was going to end up with the mighty TBM, which is what Chris has got. And I can't remember who it was. I think it was Tux, wasn't it? That said about getting a PC12. And yeah, it's a little bit slower than a TBM, but a lot cheaper. It's like half the price of the TBM. So I think this will be fine for now. But when I get to the Canaries, I haven't quite worked out what I'm going to end up flying yet. I think I might just use the 172. I go around the Canaries, so I want to go to every single Canary Islands runway. So take off on that, even if it means a bit of sort of zigzagging backwards and forwards. Because if I bring in, yeah, not nav map, FS Cloud again. So we're going to all the way down here somewhere in it. Turn off centering, deactivate following. Thank you. Right, so we're going down here to La Palma. and then maybe come down to here. Is there an airport on this little one in the middle here? I don't think so. To that one, then come across to Tenerife, then Gran Canaria, and finally take a short hop to Lanzarote, and then across to the mainland. So I use the 172 to do this, like, short hops across here, and then switch somewhere over here on the mainland into what will possibly either be the B1900 or a jet of some sort, to then make our way down. Well, no, we were talking about going to Ascension Islands, weren't we? Cape Verde. So a bit of a hop, Cape Verde, and then maybe down to Ascension Islands, which are down here somewhere, before coming in sort of Namibia, and then up to, or down to Pretoria, which is where Mr. Browne's from, and then Madagascar, around sort of Indonesia, across Australia, which is going to be a trek in itself. Australia, then down to New Zealand, which is where Blinky from the Discord community is from. And what's going to happen after New Zealand, I don't know. Where we're going to end up, I'm not sure. So that's one of the flights we've got going on. These are all the people on FS Cloud, by the way. The other flight we're currently doing is from the US down to the Falkland Islands. So currently we're somewhere here, Florida, Tampa sort of way. Going to go down to the Keys, back up to Miami, because I bought a Grand Caravan. There's a dealer in Miami. Across to the Bahamas. So fly around the Bahamas, although when we get to the Bahamas we're switching to float planes to do a bit of sea landing in the Bahamas. Back across to Cuba, Havana, then back out to Jamaica, Puerto Rico, down here past New Zealand. There'll be a monumental fuel bill. Exactly. Getting the planes back from New Zealand, and then we're going to go round the outside of sort of Brazil, down to the Falkland Islands, which are down here, and then potentially back up the other side, up through Peru, Colombia and Mexico. So that's going to be a bit of a trek. That's going to take a few months because it's only going to be in slow aircraft, so that's going to take a while. Yesterday though, I thought of another journey. The TV show The Long Way Round, or series The Long Way Round, Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman rode motorbikes from London to New York going east. Well, I want to do the same but in an aircraft. So I want to start in London, or probably Kemble, my closest airport to me, and then go to New York going this way, so going east. So Czech Republic, Ukraine, sort of Kazakhstan, Mongolia, Bering Sea pretty much, and then coming back out the other side into Alaska, and then diagonally down, so across the Bering Sea, Alaska, and diagonally back down, so pretty much crisscrossing where we did in the Kodiak and ending up in New York in something slow, which I'm thinking 172 or maybe something with 150 knot sort of top speed. So that's going to take a while. That'll probably take me a good 6 months of next year doing that, as well as now with FS Economy, some FS Economy flight in there as well. So plenty of flying to keep me occupied. Isn't the big trip essentially the same thing? Which big trip, Larwood? The one we're doing now? Because this only started in Austria and we're heading down to New Zealand, so that's going south. We did the Kodiak to the UK. You can go east, you can go the east end of Russia after New Zealand and then on to New York. Ooh, I didn't think of that. Well, New Zealand and then up. That's not a bad shout, actually. So carry on after New Zealand and then come back into America and then go to New York. Ah. That works. That definitely works. Right, anyway, where am I? I've lost myself now. That's snow. No, it's not snow. There I am. You need to be our planner, Marwood. Right, so we've got someone behind me here as well. That's an interesting name he's got there. HPKFX_1. But his parents hated him. Oh, look, Mr. Browne. Okay, he's appeared there at Port Santo. So he's just appeared on FS Cloud. Again, FS Cloud, free. And there's so much stuff that I've found out for this this world of flight simming that is free. It's awesome. Lots of free stuff. We like free stuff. Right, how are we doing in here? Pretty much just under our max speed at sort of 230-ish knots. We've got a ground speed of 229. So 58 minutes it's saying. Maybe it's that ticking. I didn't hear that. There's a ticking. Whenever I go to GPS, I get a ticking. I don't know what it is. It's only in this aircraft. I actually bought the Just Flight Hawk. Yeah, I can't see me ending up with a Hawk somehow. So we'll get Mr. Browne to let us know when he's departed, and then we can watch FS Cloud. Actually, I can probably bring that up there. There we go. Oh, maybe not. I've lost it now. There we go. Or just that's your timer to defuse the bomb. Again, that's another game that I bought and never played. Talk and nobody explodes.
Tell me, which island are we heading for?
La Palma. So GCLA looking for.
Thank God.
So Chris is currently on the ground because he's red and facing the wrong way, which isn't good necessarily when you're trying to fly. And yeah, I hope nothing happens when the ticking stops. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you're into a bit of flying in X-Plane, don't forget to join the Discord server, where flight is becoming a bit of a thing on there. And let's say a few of us so far getting together a couple of times a week, Wednesday night and Sunday afternoon, to do a bit of a group flight. And it'd be great to get a few more people to join us on these ventures. Not necessarily in X-Plane. FS Cloud works in FSX as well, so FSX really cheap to buy, and FS Cloud will link. And Sam says he's taking a fully loaded Hawk into the Falklands. Can't be too careful. Just don't take a Porsche with the wrong registration on into Argentina. Don't do what Top Gear did. Oh, there's movement. He's turned around. And with the TBM...
I am airborne.
He's airborne. And with the TBM, he should be able to catch up with me easily.
I decided not to take the TBM.
Oh, controversial.
I just wanted something I could get flying really quickly.
You're not in a jet then, are you?
I am indeed in a jet.
The CRJ?
No, I thought I would give the Cirrus Vision a go.
Ah, is that the one you get? Is that one of the stock ones?
Yeah, it is. Quite a cute little plane.
Well, I've never flown it. It's like the Baron. I haven't flown the Baron, I don't think, in this as well. I was thinking of something a bit interesting for the Canaries, There's a micro light, isn't there, in X-Plane?
Yeah, a little fabric wing thing with an engine bar.
Yeah, that could be a bit of fun. Yeah, Sam, Chris has gone propless. Not topless. Well, he could have. So yeah, he's airborne. And how quickly will he catch me? That's the thing. I'm on a track of... what's my heading? 200. And a jetpack. Yeah, I think we'll maybe start with the little microlight. I thought that should be a bit fun. So, because a couple of the airports are really close together, aren't they, the Canaries? So taking off and then landing in a proper plane, it's just a lot of faffing about. So I just thought maybe we should do a bit of a hop over the water in a microlight. Could be a bit of fun. Yeah, I really do like this PC12 with the detail. Oh, I've got an alarm now. What's that? Oh, trim. It's trimming itself. It's good. Actually, I didn't put that, did I? But it said it wouldn't hold altitude unless that was armed, but it held altitude. Yeah, the ticking's back. Here's again, proper plane. Look, by a proper plane, I mean like a 172, and up from that. Not that there's anything wrong with the Cub, but you know, a plane that's got doors and and windows. I think that to me constitutes a proper plane. If you get wet when it's raining, it's not proper. 757. Yeah, okay, that could be a class of proper plane. Alright, so Chris is there, look. I'm at 2,000, I'm at 2,500 feet, Chris, by the way.
Cool. About 500 feet skimming the waves.
Nice. So we can see him there, catching us up. Yeah, I will make my way into jets. The idea was that after the Canaries, I'd end up in the CRJ that I've been given. But I'm thinking I might need to go to the 1900 first. I really need to try out that FMC and work that out, because I've got to use it in the CRJ. Unless I just want to fly via a little nav map, but which, it could be a thing. Poor beautiful 757 can't get no love in Discord. I just want to get a few more flight people to join Discord, Sam. There's only a select few of us that I think have got the bug. Certainly now I'm doing that FS economy, or 2 runs I've done so far. I want to do more of that and get money. I'm at $2,400 at the moment, and I've only flown for like 45 minutes. No, about an hour and 15 minutes. And what do we need to buy a cheap plane, Chris?
172 is about 180,000.
Okay, so it won't take too long. I think we're 172. At least that's something that anyone can jump in and fly. That's the good thing.
Yeah, I thought the idea would be to use only freeware and stock planes for the time being.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, 172 comes with FSX, doesn't it? So yeah, Sam needs more backup. You got to find more tube enthusiasts, Sam. Which is why I thought putting this out on YouTube might get a few people interested in a bit of flight. How's the volume, by the way? Are the engines noisy, or is it okay?
Pretty good from my side.
Good. I did tweak it all the way down. The landing gear going up and down was a bit loud. So Chris is definitely catching us up. Look. What speed are you doing, Chris?
Uh, 305 at the moment.
Okay. So you will catch us up. Oh, keep screen off screen. Come back. No. There. Get over there out of the way. I should have my monitor bracket turning up today so I can finally mount my fourth monitor back up again, because I've run out of real estate space. When I'm streaming Flight, I haven't got enough room to put everything on all my screens. So the fourth monitor is going to go up after this monitor bracket turns up. So that's going to make life a lot easier. I just don't know how people cope with one or two screens. Not when you're streaming or recording. Well, recording's not so bad, but streaming. So nothing but sea all around us now.
I'm just flying over that little island to the south.
Yeah, I can see you on FS Cloud. Ticking's back. Still holding out our speed. Pretty much maximum that this thing can do. Holding at 2,500 feet. See, radios is the thing that I haven't really got into yet. I really want that radio panel. If the SciTech radio panel goes on sale Christmas Day on Boxing Day, I am buying it. It's the thing that's going to happen. And then, yeah, radios is the next thing. Which I haven't really got into doing at all. I'm just taking off and landing, basically. Where's the views? Put them all the way down. Well, I can change views. Ooh. Look into this thing. I'm going to view set up. I'm trying to turn my head around. There's a Yeah, I can't, using track IR, I can't turn my head around enough to have a look in the back. But it's really, really well detailed. Really nice bit of kit. A bit quicker than the stuff I'm normally flying. So that little Cub, I was doing about 100 knots in that Cub. And then jumped in the Tobago after that to go from Cambridge to Southampton. That was doing about 160. I think 160 is my happy speed. Certainly went over land, because that's what the Kodiak was doing. The Tobago does that. So that's that sort of speed run. I mean, the A sort of is around that as well. Which I've just realised actually is the flight we should have been doing this afternoon, shouldn't it? It should have been the States. Oh no, it should have been here. Yes, because Wednesday it'd be dark. That's right. Yeah. So no, it should have been this. Although Wednesday is Boxing Day. Yeah, I probably won't be around on Wednesday. Oh no, Wednesday evening, isn't it? Yeah, Wednesday evening. We'll see. But yeah, really liking this. Just the level of detail. It's just so good. Oh, I never set the stopwatch thing. So I've done 14.2 hours I've flown in this thing so far. I think the Kodiak's on about 30 that I've done. And that's the plane I've flown the most in. So I flew that all the way back from Sandpoint, Idaho, back to the UK. Which Tuck said I wouldn't get done by Christmas Day, and we did it a month early. So 44 minutes remaining. One nice straight track all the way through, and that's going to say nav date, route date. Yeah. That's fine. So that's a 5:30.
Sorry, Steve.
No, go on.
It's a good thing I really filled up with fuel, because I've got 43 minutes remaining. I'm just going to catch you as we get there.
Wow. and that was full of fuel. What have I got here? After the chaos, my endurance on here 4 hours 33 minutes. I can carry on at this speed with the fuel I've got. So quite a long range plane, this one.
Mine not so much. I put in 3 hours, but that's 3 hours cruising, and I'm absolutely throttled to the firewall at the moment.
You're flat out. So yeah, you should have hit. Go on.
I should have bitten the bullet and taken the TBM and suffered from a longer startup time.
Well, yeah. So yeah, the question is now, have you got enough fuel to get there? It's one of those. I was thinking that when I was flying the Cub earlier. That little stick at the front was going down. I thought, oh God, have I got enough fuel to get there? And ended up with this 28% left. Actually, I filled it up. There was 28% left. But yeah, the wrong weather. Nice little plane to fly, and I will do another trip in it. Yeah, it was not the weather to be flying a Cub.
No, definitely not.
Rather a noisy plane still drowns out your voice, says Chaos. Really? Is it that loud? Because according to OBS, yeah, according to OBS, it's like half the volume of me. Internal view, yeah, it's a bit louder. I get that, 'cause you've got the wind noise and stuff. I can turn that down. Environmental noise, I can turn that down. So the wind noise gets less inside. Yeah, Lava says it's fine. Well, it could be the speaker. It could be depending on what device you're watching on, maybe. We've still got the ticking. It's definitely a case of tweaking the sound for each aircraft. So I flew that Cub, left the sound as I had it on this, and couldn't hear the engine. On my phone it sounds all okay. Oh, okay. It's Chaos's phone. Right, so somewhere behind me soon, it should appear. If he's getting closer, he's definitely getting closer. There should appear a Chris Browne. Still doesn't surprise me, you know, the whole world, and there's only 112 people in FS Cloud. She will appear behind me at some point. So there we are on little nav map. So that's where we're going from and to. There's our route. Someone else around there as well. And yeah, 2,500 feet. So it says down here we've got 156 miles to destination. To top of descent, 150 miles. We're nearly halfway. And it tells us the wingspan, how much fuel there is on board. Well, capacity, I think, of fuel, not what's on board. It's just so brilliant for a free piece of software. It does everything. All the route planning and stuff we're doing for all the trips is done in this, and flying not in the trips, this just keeps track of everything you're doing. So really, really good bit of kit. Nokia, I just got that actually, Sam. Yeah, Nokia 3310. I can't remember what phone. I think Chaos is on the iPhone, but I think it's an early iPhone. I think it's a 5 or something, or 4. That's when I last saw him in October anyway. He may have upgraded, he may have gone all flash now with a Galaxy or something. Enhanced 91. Did you kill off the other 90? Good afternoon. Hope you're enjoying this lovely Sunday afternoon. Oh, it's 5. Well, the speakers aren't too bad on the 5. I had a 4 and then a 6. So we've still got the ticking. So it only seems to be when I'm on GPS, I get this ticking, which is something to do with the radios, I should imagine. If I change the COM 2, I still get it. Really strange. Yeah, I've got an 8. I went from a 6 to an 8 and didn't notice the difference. Let me see Mr. Browne. He's definitely getting closer. I wonder if this actually, could this thing do a, can we do an approach on this? I wonder if it'll have it. Select approach. CNDM or Q01. What the hell's that? Okay, let's not do that. Anyway, 37 minutes to go. I'm going to drag it off the screen now. I was wondering if you could help me. I'm new and trying to configure my FMC. I'm not the man to ask, but there are people here that will. I've put my sim brief in output FMC and trying to program FMC, and I keep mucking it up on legs. It doesn't say EGSS where I'm landing on nothing. Enhanced 91, you're an ideal candidate. Join the Discord server, and there's people in there that can help you for sure. There's Tux that isn't here, Sam certainly, and Chris that's not bad on FMCs, all of them. So jump into the Discord server and I'm sure we can help. Trying to do it on the stream isn't easy because I haven't progressed up to an FMC yet. I should do that in the 1900. Here we go. There's a flight section in Discord. Pop in there and someone ask the same question because Tux isn't watching the stream, and I'm sure someone or one of these guys, either Chris that's with me or Sam that's there in chat, will be able to give you some tips and guidelines. Because we're like that. Well, they are. I know little bits about various sims. I don't know a lot about certain ones. The ticking's gone a bit strange now. It's definitely... It's not every second either. So I don't know what it is. What's this then? That doesn't have anything. Neither is that. Could be the fact the nav database are different. The SimBrief one could be newer than the aircraft database, which skip some waypoints and legs. Well, there you go. Right, is there a Mr. Browne behind me? Not yet. I'm getting closer. Yeah, that's just completely alien. Me. Before you load a curve route, put from to ICAOs and see flying from East Midlands. Yeah, pop it in Discord. If obviously Sam's watching the stream, he's got a stream chat up, but pop it in Discord. After the flight, I'm sure people will help you. So unless Tux is around. Yeah, if you're obviously watching this on YouTube and you're a bit of a flight fan, maybe new to X-Plane, new to flying in general, I want to get a few tips from some newbies like me. I've only been doing this really for a month or so. I'm completely new to FS Cloud. As of today, completely new to FS Economy, which with Chris's help managed to get that configured. He's flying slower on purpose to make the jet turbine look poo, says Sam. I think talking about you, Chris. You're holding back.
My throttle won't go any further forward.
You have to make a hole in the bulkhead to make it go any further forward.
Yep. Need afterburners.
Yeah. Okay, I've got a bit of a weather-ish glitch coming in behind me there. A bit of straight line weather. I'm guessing that's cloud, or I've definitely got some buffering going on. A bit of bouncing around. No, he is catching me slowly. So there we are on the little nav map again. So 2,418 feet it's saying. 123 miles to go, 117 miles to top of descent. But I will descend a bit before then. Although I don't need to descend, I'm only at 2,000 feet. Or 2,500 feet. Where are we? We've gone off the thing down here. So yeah, over halfway now from where we need to be, and then we'll fly around. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 runways in the Canaries after this one. So we'll go there, up there, down to there, up to there, up to there, and then back down to the mainland maybe. So that's going to be a nice little hop.
Like a nice trip.
Yeah. So yeah, 7 little airports around the Canaries. So yeah, microlights might be on that. Not bad distances between some of them actually. So maybe the 172, which would be quite nice actually. Jump back in that, do some flights, and then finish off here, and then jump into something like a 1900. Yeah, seatbelt sign, says Sam. It's definitely a bit bumpy. You'd be spilling your gin and tonic, that's for sure. Hello Liam, how we doing? Oh, I've got overspeed warning as well. Back it off slightly. There we go. Yeah, pretty much driving flat out. It's completely reverse of how I normally do in Euro Truck, etc. I'm normally the one at the back, you know, Captain Slow and all that. And in this thing, I fly every plane within a millimetre of being at this maximum speed, like that, just bouncing on and off the overspeed. Yeah, 31 minutes. Oh, right, calm down, plane. 31 minutes to go. And a distance of 114 miles. Yeah, gin and tonic, Sam. You'd spill it in this, wouldn't you? yes, I think when we land here, then get you. Yeah, not that I'm drinking anything at the moment. I think the 172. We'll break that out for the Canaries. I haven't flown it in a while. So if you want to see more flight stuff on YouTube or even on stream, please do let me know. YouTube channel subscription is there if you're not a subscriber to the YouTube channel. Today we had the stream from yesterday go up, which was OMSI. Before that there was a flight sim stream. Tomorrow afternoon I'm going to be doing some more train sim world, and then possibly streaming tomorrow night, not sure yet. And then Christmas Day, some giveaways to do, a few games to give away on Christmas Day. Maybe take up a couple of 1,000 feet, get out of the rough air. Yeah, that's not a bad shout actually. Let's go up to 4,500. There we go. Still no sign of Mr. Browne. He's getting there though. It shouldn't be long before I see his name appear behind me somewhere. Yeah, it's definitely very bouncy. Give it a bit more revs as we're climbing. So yeah, I've got real world weather turned on, and keep real world time of day. So the time of day now, as I'm streaming this, / recording this, is the time of day that it is in the Canaries. So which is why it's 10 to 3 in the afternoon. And the weather's as it is. I haven't quite got, it's not active sky or anything like that, but I'm quite happy with the stock weather and the way it looks. I think it's quite nice. For now. So we're still being buffeted around a little tiny bit. This down the bottom here, in case you're wondering, is the 1/24th ATC window, which I've got installed, I don't use. Again, that's one more thing for the progression for me, is using ATC, etc. Which when I get my radio panel, where you've got switch frequencies and stuff, then that's going to be a thing. So it's all about baby steps. I started off in the 172, which has got the G1000 in it, GPS system, which is a doddle to fly. You just put the throttles to max as you go down the runway and leave them there. Put your destination in the G1000, which is the newer version of this. This is the 530. So you put your destination in the G1000 and put the autopilot on, and then it flies you to where you want to go. And you just leave the throttle at max. Then bought the Kodiak, Quest Kodiak, which is one I flew from America back to the UK. And that had a G1000 in, and that was pretty much the same thing, just leave it maxed out. But you've got to bring the prop RPM back down so you don't kill the thing with that. And then made the brave leap into something like this, which has got 430. So as you can see a map, this has actually got 2 of them in it. And the one I was flying earlier on, the Tobago, had the lower down version of this in the 430. And I was flying the Cub earlier as well, but it had nothing. In cloud, I couldn't see whether I was up, down, or anything. That was something interesting. And yes, chaos, a bit of turbulence, a little bit bouncy.
I've just had turbulence too. And I'm in the cleaner only bandwidth speed. I might have to back it up.
So yeah, definitely a bit bouncy. So yeah, Chris is catching up, but he's there. So his name should appear behind me, probably in some sort of 737 as far as FS Cloud's concerned. But yeah, I'm really enjoying flight and train sim at the moment. Two things that really sort of getting under my skin. Train sim, thoroughly enjoyed the really long route we did on Friday night. That was great. Although trucking was good last night, actually. Nice to get back and do a bit of trucking. A bit of OMSI yesterday afternoon. So a bit of train sim world tomorrow afternoon. Once I've done this flight, I may jump in and do a couple more in FS Economy. Try and get some money up. See if we can get that 180,000 the company needs. And then, yeah, tomorrow afternoon, a bit of train sim world. And then possibly more flight on Wednesday night. It's just Steve wiggling the camera around. Yeah, it's not actually. Okay, that's interesting. There's a live. I know it does happen where there's places where two oceans meet, and you get this colour change. But yeah, I didn't think I actually see it in the sim. Where we're going from one grid to another grid, or one mesh grid to another. So whether it's I've got the HD mesh for this one and not for that one, or vice versa. Is there a Mr. Browne? No, not yet. So yeah, 4,500 feet, still got turbulence. I'll stick with this though, because it's not as bad, I don't think. And we've got 23 minutes to go. You even see here that it's just bouncing around, and the plane's trying to maintain 4,500 feet. I've got to set my barrow for where we're going, haven't I? So let's grab that, which again is something that I get off little nav map. So the Palma is where we're going, so it shows us where it is there. And we'll click on weather, so we get the weather. So the pressure is 3012. So let's pop that in to here. No, not 2992. There we go. So now we'll recorrect the altitude now. So we shouldn't then crash when we, well, hopefully not crash anyway. At least it's going to be a roughly straight in arrival. Roughly. Something on me again. On there we go. So, nope, no, not full screen. So 81 miles top of the descent, 75 miles. So you'll be climbed up to 4,500 feet to get away from the turbulence. And you've got to come back down. It shows the airport is at 108 feet. So there we are on the map, making our way in. So it is really, really good if I turn off the tracking thing. Really, really good. Let's just turn it on and it up it, because you can zoom all the way in to even where the places are you can park, so where the gates are. and where the runway is. So we'll be coming in, so I'll need to sort of turn a bit and then try and come in straight on. But yeah, again, free is brilliant. And Chris catching us up. So that sort of distance should nearly be visible.
We know we're about 25 miles behind now.
Yeah, I've got 77 miles to go.
I've got 94, so actually under 20.
So it shouldn't be long. Chris should appear behind me. We've still got the ticking. So just about hovering just under the max speed for this thing. Around the 230. Fuel is absolutely fine. Got enough fuel for another 3 hours. Oh, there we go. Overspeed. Back it off slightly. Yeah, 19 minutes to go. So yeah, flight-wise, I've got the shut up. I've got two Cytec panels: a Cytec switch panel and the Cytec multi-panel, which I use, both of which are awesome. So I can adjust the altitude with a little tiny knob on my panel, and put the autopilot on and off, put the flaps up and down, and the pitch is on there, and the switch panel's got landing gear on, all the lights and the avionics on, and I've also got the Cytec throttle quadrant as well, with the 3 levers on, which is brilliant. Took out my Warthog throttles and replaced it with that, and it's a lot better. I don't think I'll succumb to the yoke purely from a having somewhere to put it point of view. So I'm using the Warthog joystick, which a lot of planes now have a joystick instead of a yoke, so it's quite realistic. So that in my left hand, rather nice. And track IR, yeah, and track IR to look around, which does take some getting used to with X-Plane, because you're in a very confined space. So if I just turn my head slightly to the left, it actually dips down here, so you've got to really think about where you're looking with this. It doesn't mind looking right, but looking left, it just sort of hides my head under the dash. So the answer is, don't look left. So yeah, once we land here then, ready for the next leg, I think we'll have to be in the 172. We'll go nice and slow. That'll do half the speed this thing's doing. This thing's doing, what, 220? The 172 will plod along quite nicely at about 110. Which we do in those 7 airports around the Canaries. Will be quite nice. If you want to see those on YouTube, please leave a comment below. If you want to see more flight, then I'll happily stick some videos out there of maybe not all of them, but maybe some of the takeoff and landings in the little 172. And don't forget, if you are into flight, do please join us on the Discord server. We need more flight people in there. So 17 minutes to go, 63 miles. So here's our time left remaining. There's the distance to go, and there's the track we're on, and there's the track to the destination, and there's our ground speed, so 222, and that's where we're going, GCLA, which is the airport. We get that off of an ad map, GCLA, La Palma. There's a bit more information about it. So the course is telling us distance, remaining nautical miles, and the time, the leg time, 2 hours 46 minutes. Obviously it doesn't know what plane I'm flying then. So yeah, really good. And there we are on the map. So getting closer, so even top of descent, follow off there. Top of descent shown 5.7 miles out there, as well as being shown down there as well. Top of descent 54 miles. So again, if you want to, not sure about Little Nav Map or even FS Cloud, join the Discord server, ask some questions in the flight section, and one of us will be able to point you in the right direction. And if you're into prop aircraft and none of that tubey jetty stuff, we'd more than welcome you. Because it's only me and Chris so far that really like the props. Although Chris is letting the side down today by being in a jet.
Jets rule.
Right, land ahoy. What's the airfield elevation at La Palma? It is at 108 feet. So our destination is in sight. Don't mock me, says Sam. What, with the Jets rule? So I'm going to descend back down now to, because we're, what are we? 53 miles out. I'm going to descend back down to 2,500.
Okay, 10 miles behind you.
That's about, have you set your QNH? Yeah, I did that a second ago, Sam. Right, so Chris is 10 miles behind you, which means he should be visible. But he's not yet. So yeah, there he is, catching me up. And the destination is in sight. Then comes the interesting bit of landing. So descending down. Oh, brilliant, thank you for that, Sam. See, that's what this awesome community is all about. It is definitely bumpy. It's going to be an interesting... Alright, slow. Calm down, calm down. It's definitely going to be interesting... Alright, calm down. Thank you. It's definitely going to be an interesting landing. It's a bit windy.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah. Back off the throttle anymore, or I'll be stalling. Must have a tailwind. Right, slowed it down to about 220, sending through 3,800 feet. The end is in sight. Oh, the alarm's supposed to be doing that. Well, it's an overspeed warning, because a bit of buffeting. And this shows you where your maximum speed is. So I was right up against it. So a bit of buffeting, and it pushed me over it. So that's why it kept doing that. It is quite windy today, as our parents said. After that, it said it's clear and 24 degrees. Yeah, Sam's parents are in Fuerteventura. Right, that's 3,500 feet. Ticking's still a thing. Or so it's slowed down now. Is that the time to worry? the ticking stops. Stop. And still no Mr. Browne behind me. I think he's disappeared off of... he's disappeared off FS Cloud now.
I will try and reconnect.
Oh yeah, you've got a bit of siloing going on. You're having internet issues. Yeah, it's definitely a bit buffety coming in. Oh no, he's back on the... Don't drop below 50 mile an hour. Oh, is that the film speed? You should be there. I've seen people further away than that and be here. There you go. Right. So we definitely fine speed-wise. Definitely reset tracker now. Oh, not my lamp. So 11 minutes to go. 37 miles now. Just around on 2,500 feet. There, it should hold steady.
Bandit in sight.
Oh, there we go. You can see Chris's lights now. Now the way FS Cloud is, it's probably going to put him in something like a 737. Where he's not, he's in a little Cirrus jet. Yeah, he'll catch up and run out of fuel.
You joke, I'm down to 60 gallons.
Should be fine.
Burning 109 gallons an hour.
Ah. I'm burning just in litres an hour? 380 litres an hour. I've got 1,942 it's pounds an hour. 180 pounds an hour. I've got 1,941 pounds left, so enough for another 5 hours at this speed. You're in front of me now. You were trying to land before you run out of fuel.
I think I'll just turn off and glide from here.
Could be a safe option. Right, so Chris is going to go in first. Which can only end well. Although Chris is a more experienced pilot than I am.
Well, at least if I crash, there won't be much fire because I haven't got much fuel.
Well, yeah, there is that. It's definitely very bouncy. So just hovering under the 200 knots now. 9 minutes to go, 29 miles out. Just set a picture of the view from the balcony now. I'm being taunted. What if it's raining outside where you are, Sam? Just send him a view back. You go, look what you're missing. So it's saying we shouldn't get anything in the way. So we're okay altitude wise. Yeah. Let me just turn off the turn off the tracking. So we've got to come past this bay and then we can swing in and down. Oh, that's going to be quite an easy approach. As long as we don't hit a ferry coming in and out, we'll be fine. You'll stick it in. Oh, I see. Upset the rest of us, Sam. share and share alike, eh? So it's past the end of this headland here and then in, so Chris is about to land, I'm guessing.
No, not yet. Just approaching the first of the two little outcrops.
Oh yeah, sorry, I've just seen that. You look further away than you actually are. Yeah, so that, where the water changed colour, is obviously a grid that I haven't got in the HD mesh that I've installed, which again is free. So this is what it would look like if I was flying without any extra free scenery. And this is the HD mesh. So as we're around an island, it's put in the extra, so it looks a bit nice and blue and reflective. So it's definitely going to be a bouncy landing. We've still got the ticking. So yeah, slowed it down a little bit. Altitude's fine. 7 minutes away, 21 miles away from landing. Chris is just ahead, so the runway's sort of here. I really need a good mouse. The runway's here, so you've got to go in past this headland and then straight in.
Yeah, looks like we should turn right a little bit and then follow the coast trail. We should be straight onto the right.
Yeah, I think after this headland I'm going to turn right a little bit. And then just come left. Runway heading is... 184. Yeah, without autopilot, it would certainly be an interesting approach. But it would be nice to get in something a little bit slower, which we use for the rest of the Canaries. So maybe a couple of little longer legs. So nice, more cross water going down to Frontera, and then back up. It'll be quite nice. We'll do that over the next few days. Definitely a little bit windy, which it is, because obviously not so bad here, I suppose, but you're getting winds off of the Sahara, as I had when I was in Fuerteventura last. It was quite windy, and more so on Lanzarote, because that's getting the wind straight across the sea.
The Cessna's going to love that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I might even try and wrestle with the rep version. I don't get on with that, but I might have to give that a go. So the autopilot doing its job and keeping us on the nav route. So it's just following the nav straight in. So it would have amended the heading. So 4 minutes and 37 seconds to go, 13 miles. Just around 200 knots. And looking rather nice out there. Sam would be desperately trying to want to bring a big jet into this. But I've flown this thing all the way from Austria, all the way down here.
So impressive plane, has to be said.
Yeah, so I will, once we get out of the Canaries, I will upgrade to the 1900. I need to do a couple of flights in that to get used to it. And then maybe have to program the FMC in that. Before jumping up to the CRJ, up to jets. Alright, so Chris has gone past the headland and is taking a right turn, which I'll do the same when I get to it. It's definitely very bouncy. But looking rather nice. So you should be down and fine before I get there. So there he is.
Just follow the smoke.
Yeah. So yeah, Chris is coming ahead, so the runway is here. I'm just coming in behind him, which we've got on a little nav map. So there I am. So once I get past here, I should then come in towards the runway, hopefully. So just got to come around this headland. But yeah, got the roads down there. Wouldn't want to drive around that. Seems to disappear. Okay, so I'm very high, so I'm going to turn the autopilot off. Because I was expecting the runway to be further away. I didn't expect it to be that close.
It does sneak up a little bit.
Well, I was looking at going around the headland, thinking it was a headland, but it's not.
It's very gusty down there.
I don't think I'm going to make it in. I'm literally right behind you.
I'll try and keep my landing speed up.
500.
You're down. I think I've just flown under you. Well, it's a bit gusty.
Just going straight past it. Not exactly FAA approved maneuvering, but
No, not really. That was scary. Yeah, I was thinking, whoa. I was thinking the runway was a lot further away than it actually was. It was only at the very last minute that I saw it and thought, damn it, it's down there.
oops.
I was expecting to carry on round. Well, it says my landing was great according to FS Cloud. Okay, let's park up here next to the Wizz Air. There we go. I can't put down that. Oh, come on, track IR. There we go. Parking brake on. Not exactly square on, but hey, yeah, that certainly was an interesting, interesting landing. I was prepared to go round the next headland and come to a complete, thinking, oh, the runway would be miles away, but then look down and saw you were right down by it. Oh, damn it. There we go, knock everything down. And it all goes quiet. There we go, a sort of successful landing in...
Oh, you live to tell the tale.
Well, yeah, he walked away. Well, hopefully he can walk away from it. In the awesome plane. If I can remember how to do this. Yeah, passenger door open, baggage door open. Oh, that one. There we go. We can let the passengers off and let them get their bags off. And there we go. So Chris managed to catch up in the end, and we both made it down with fuel. Well, it's showing you in a little 172 according to this. So sort of right, similar size, I suppose.
True.
So there we go. That flight is done. So if you want to see more flying around the Canaries, which we'll jump in the little 172 from here and make our way around the Canary Islands, then do please leave a comment below. Don't forget to join the Discord server, a link to which, of course, I'll leave below the description. Thanks to Chris for joining me. Thank you very much, sir.
Only a pleasure.
And yeah, be back again soon for some more flight. Forgot to say, if you have been, thanks very, very much for watching.